Hello friend, how are you? I am Advocate Gaurav Kumar Gupta. I am MBA Finance and Chartered Accountant qualified and PhD holder. My project Derivative Market and Future Trend Analysis. आज हम आपको टॉपिक डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया लॉ से रिलेटेड। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया का हम आर्टिकल 52 आपके सामने डील कर रहे हैं। आर्टिकल 52 में हम द एग्जीक्यूटिव, द प्रेसिडेंट एंड वाइस प्रेसिडेंट के बारे में आज हम समझेंगे। प्रेसिडेंट्स क्या होते हैं, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट्स क्या होते हैं, द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया के बारे में हम आपको जिक्र कर रहे हैं। आर्टिकल 52 हमें बताता है द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया में आर्टिकल 52 डील करता है द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, the executive president and vice president. The president of India, there shall be a president of India. This article 52, which is the first on the union executive, clearly states and the required that a president of India is must in a constitutional scheme, संवैधानिक योजना। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल सीम मीन्स क्या हो गया, संवैधानिक योजना। स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इंडिया, देयर इज नो एक्सेप्शन टू दिस रूल्स, देयरफॉर द ऑपरेशन ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल सीम स्ट्रक्चर कैन नॉट बी इनविसेज्ड। इनविसेज्ड मीन्स परिकल्पित, इवन मीन्स प्राय, फॉर ए शॉर्ट वाइल without a president of India being in office in case of any vacancy in the office of the president of India occurring by reasons of his death, resignation, removal, or otherwise, the vice president of India become the acting president of India and the vacancy must be filled as soon as possible, in any case within a period of 6 months. आर्टिकल 53 डील करता है एक्सिक्यूटिव पावर ऑफ द यूनियन। यूनियन का एक्सिक्यूटिव पावर क्या है, इसको डील करता है। द एक्सिक्यूटिव पावर ऑफ द यूनियन शैल बी वेस्टेड, वेस्टेड मीन्स निहित, इन द प्रेसिडेंट एंड शैल बी एक्सरसाइज बाय हिम आइदर डायरेक्टली थ्रू ऑफिसर सबऑर्डिनेट टू हिम इन अकॉर्डेंस विद के अनुसार दिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस। दूसरा पॉइंट होता है विदाउट प्रिजुडिसाइज, पूर्वग्रह। विदाउट प्रिजुडिसाइज मीन्स पूर्वग्रह टू द जनरली द फॉरगोइंग प्रोविजन द प्रेसिडेंट एंड द एक्सरसाइज देयर ऑफ शैल बी रेगुलेटेड बाय लॉ। तीसरा, नथिंग, आर्टिकल 53 का क्लॉज 3, नथिंग इन द आर्टिकल शैल be deemed to transfer to the president any function conferred by an existing law on the government of any state, the other authority. क्लॉज आर्टिकल 53 का क्लॉज बी डील करता है प्रिवेंट पार्लियामेंट फॉर कन्फरिंग by law functions on authorities other than the president. The president, his power, प्रेसिडेंट के पावर्स क्या, शक्ति क्या। द एक्सिक्यूटिव पावर ऑफ द यूनियन इज वेस्टेड, द एक्सिक्यूटिव पावर ऑफ द यूनियन इज वेस्टेड इन द प्रेसिडेंट विच ही मे एक्सरसाइज आइदर डायरेक्टली थ्रू ऑफिसर सबऑर्डिनेट टू हिम in accordance with the constitution. The expression executive power in nowhere defined in the constitution's article 73 merely means केवल define the matter with respect to which the executive authority of the union extend. Executive authority can be said to be authority to carry out the executive function of the government. But then what does the executive function of the government mean? It is not possible to frame an exhaustive, so exhaustive means संपूर्ण, definition of executive function. Ordinarily it cannot the residue means अवशेष of the governmental function that are not either legislative or judicial function. Broadly speaking, executive function comprising both determination of policy as well as carrying it into execution. This eventually includes the inflation of legislation, the maintenance of order, the promote the promotion of social economic welfare, the direction of foreign policy, in fact the carrying on supervision of the general administration of the state. Broadly speaking, the executive function comprises the whole crops of authority to government other than that which is involved in the legislative function of parliament, the judicial function of the court. Ordinary, it is one of the functions of the executive to execute the laws. However, it is not always necessary that there should be in existence a prior legislations in order to exercise the executive power, such as entering into any trade, business making of the treaty not affecting the right of an individual in the exercise of executive power. The government may do any act provided it is not an act assigned by the constitutions to any authority body. It is not contrary to the provisions of any law. It does not encroach upon otherwise infringe the legal rights of the individual, but under the constitution specific legislations may be necessary to incur expenditure on public funds to affect the private rights of citizens. No legislative action is necessary for acquiring a foreign territory ceded to India. In recent time, the scope of executive function has become extremely wide. Wide means Vistut. It now involves the provisions and administration, regulation of vast system of social service like public health, housing, assistance for the sick. Sick means bimar, unemployed, welfare of industry workers, education, transports, and so on, as well as where the original task of organized government with the rise in executive function, the matter of the government have also changed, which necessitates the conferring of power on the executive other than those purely executive administrative natures. The executive now exercise the power of sovereignty. Sovereignty means क्या था? अधीनस्थ. Legislations and of administrative justice. Such in Jayalalitha Amrita Subodh verse F.N. Rana said, it cannot, however, be assumed that the legislative function are exclusively performed by the legislature, executive function by the executive, and judicial function by the judicial alone. The Constitution had not made absolute or function by the judiciary alone. The Constitution has made an absolute or rigid. Rigid means kathor divisions of function between the three agencies of the state. To the executive exercise of function, legislative or judicial are often entrusted from instance power to frame rules, regulation, and notification, which are essentially legislative in character, is frequently entrusted to the executive. Similarly, judicial authority is also entrusted by legislation to the executive authority. In view of express declaration that the executive power vested in the president in exercise through officers subordinate to him, which will also include a minister, it will not be possible to say that the president should exercise the power personally, which would indeed by physically impossible as well as undesirable by express injunction in Article 53. The executive power vested in the President is directed to be exercised in accordance with the Constitution. That power is intended to be exercised in aid of and not destroy constitutional institution. Thus, an order merely the organizing a ruler without the providing for constitution of the institutions of rulership, which was the integral part of the constitutional scheme, was held to be illegal. Clause 2 vests the supreme command of the defense force in the President. There are two important limitations in Clause 2 which shall be noted. Firstly, this function of the President is exercisable without prejudice. Without prejudice means पक्षपात to the generality of the foregoing provisions. Article 53, Clause 1. This means that the military power of the President, subject to the general executive power of the President, vested in him by Clause 1, and which the exercisable in accordance with the Constitution, military power, is thus subordinate to civil power. Secondly, the exercise of the supreme command can be regulated by law. Law here obviously means yathachit, means act of parliament. Clause 1. It will be seen condition the executive power to be exercised in accordance with the Constitution, whereas Clause 2 subject it to laws made by Parliament. Thus, war power vested in Parliament would enable it to give direction to President as to exercise of the power of command of the defense force and the power to carry on military campaign sanya anyata. Clause 3 makes it clear that from the fact that executive power of the Union shall be vested in the President, it shall not be inferred. Inferred means anumanit, that the function conferred by the any existing law, the government of any state, other authority, have been transferred to the President. Likewise, sub-clause B and clause 3 means that through executive power vested in the President, it will not prevent Parliament for conferring function or authority other than the President, but power which are expressly conferred on the President by the Constitution cannot be transferred by Parliament to any other authority. Other power and function of the President. Apart from Article 53 of the Constitution, which vests in the President all executive authority, including the supreme command of the defense force, there are several other provisions in the Constitution which mention a specific function of the President. The Constitution vests in the President the power to grant pardon. Pardon means क्षमा करना, grant क्षमा करे. Pardon. Remit means सजा, remit punishment, सजा छोड़ना, माने सजा को छोड़ना. The executive action of the central government and are expressed to be taken in name of the President. All important appointment will be made by him, including those the Prime Minister, other central minister, governor, judge of the Supreme Court, the High Court, chairman, member of the Union Public Service Commission, the Attorney General, the Chief Election Commissioner, other election commissioner, and the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. He also appointed the Finance Commission, National Commission for the Scheduled Caste, SC, Scheduled Tribals, STS, and other commission which would report on the administration of the scheduled area and investigate the condition of socially and educationally backward classes on official language. Wide power are given to the President in an emergency, including the power to suspend the enforcement of fundamental emergency, including the power to suspend the enforcement of fundamental right. The legislative power extends to the issuing of audience during the recess of Parliament. He can make regulation for the peace, progress, and good government of Union territories. Every bill to become law required his assent. He can refuse his assent to a bill, send it back of reconsideration. He can dissolve the House of the People, convene joint session of both House, and address send message to either both of them. No money can be granted unless recommended by the President, nor can bills be introduced except on his recommendation. Bills passed by the state legislature may be reserved for his consideration. A bill affecting the power of the High Court must always be reserved. A state law relating to certain matters are not be effective unless assented to by the President. His previous sanction to the introduction of bill imposing restrictions on trade and commerce in the state legislature is necessary. His assent is also required to be amendment of the constitution. Constitutional position of the president. The legal power of the president are thus vast, yet the intent to stand in relation to union administration substantially in the same position as does the king under the king constitution. He is the nominal constitutional head of the government. His position is not like that the president of United States, who is the real executive head United Union State and exercise the power vested in him under the Constitution on his own initiative and the responsibility. In the context of legislative executive relation established by Article 72, Article 155, Article 360, Article 148, Article 77, Article 124 is concerned. The provision of the Constitution, the presidential from the government as privilege in the United States rule out in the parliament type of government that is provided by the Constitution of India. In estimate the Constitution position of the President of India, the provisions of Article 53, 74, 75 article may particularly be referred to. Article 53 vests the executive power of the Union the President, but is required to exercise his power in accordance with the Constitution. Article 74 of the Constitution said that there shall be Council of Ministers to aid the advise the President in the exercise of the function. He has to act in accordance with such advice. Article 75 Clause 3 laid down that the Council of Ministers shall be collective responsible to the House of People. There is no provision in the Constitution which makes the President answerable means uttardayut to the legislature. It will be meaningless to say that the ministers and are answerable for the policy and administration of the Union to the House of People unless they are recognized to possess authority to finally decide the people, unless they recognized to possess authority to finally decide the affairs letting to the government. The real directing force is follow the cabinet, not the president. The framers of the Constitution had no doubt as to the form of government they were setting up. They had clearly proposed parliamentary form of government. Under the parliamentary form of government as embodied in our Constitution, the President is the Constitution formal head of the Union and exercise his power function conferred on him by under the Constitution and at an advice of his Council of Ministers. So also is the Constitution position of the governor in the state. The Supreme Court has consistently taken the view that the power of the President, the power of military system, the power of the governor are similar to the power of the crown under the British parliamentary system. In Ram Loyan Kapoor versus State of Punjab, Mukherjee CJ speaking for the court stated that means कहना though the executive power is vested in the president is only a formal constitutional head of the executive. The real power is vested in the Council of Ministers, on whose advice the president act in their exercise his function. The executive has the preliminary responsibility for the formulation of governmental policy, its transmission into law, but it is responsible for all its action. The legislature, therefore, it must retain the confidence of the legislature. The basis of the responsibility इज embodied in Article 75 Clause 3 in UNRO। सिंह वर्सेज इम्परर में भी इसको डील किया गया। वेन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कंक्लूसिवली कंटिम्पलेटेड ऑफ इलेक्टेड इलेक्शन। आर्टिकल 54 डील करता है इलेक्शन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट। द प्रेसिडेंट शैल बी इलेक्टेड बाय द मेंबर्स ऑफ इलेक्टोरल कॉलेज कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ the elected member of the both house of parliament, the elected member of the legislative assembly of the state। एक्सप्लेनेशन अगले वीडियो में इसको हम एक्सप्लेनेशन करेंगे इलेक्टोरल मेंबर्स के बारे में। मैनर ऑफ इलेक्शन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट, प्रेसिडेंट के मैनर क्या है, राष्ट्रपति के चुनाव के तरीके क्या है, मैनर, उसके बारे में जानेंगे। अगले वीडियो में हम आपको एक्सप्लेन करेंगे। क्वालिफिकेशन, आर्टिकल 58 हमें डील करता है क्वालिफिकेशन फॉर इलेक्शन एज प्रेसिडेंट, आर्टिकल 58। फिर आर्टिकल 58 के बाद आर्टिकल 59 डील करता है कंडीशन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट ऑफिस। आर्टिकल 60 डील करता है ओथ अफर्मेशन बाय द प्रेसिडेंट। ओथ मीन्स कसम और अफर्मेशन मीन्स समर्थन, दृढ़ कथन, राष्ट्रपति द्वारा दृढ़ कथन, जिसमें IAB डू स्वेयर द नेम ऑफ गॉड अपॉन सोलमनली एफर्म। स्वेयर इन द नेम गॉड का मतलब क्या, समर्थन, कसम खाना, स्वेयर करना, कसम खाना, भगवान के सामने कसम खाना, और सोलोमनी एफर्मेंस में सत्यनिष्ठ वाणी, डैट आई विल फेथफुली, फेथफुल मीन्स ईमानदारी या श्रद्धापूर्ण से कहना। एक्सिक्यूट द ऑफिस ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट, डिस्चार्ज द फंक्शन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, विल टू बी बेस्ट ऑफ एबिलिटी। ओथ एफर्मेशन बाय द प्रेसिडेंट द्वारा, राष्ट्रपति द्वारा यदि कोई कसम खाते या समर्थन करते, वो आर्टिकल 60 में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया में बताया जाता है। आर्टिकल 61 में प्रोसीजर फॉर इम्पीचमेंट ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट, प्रेसिडेंट को दोषारोपण या महाभियोग लगाकर करने की प्रक्रिया को आर्टिकल 61 में डील करते हैं। और टाइम ऑफ होल्डिंग द इलेक्शन ऑफ फिल वैकेंसी इन ऑफेंस ऑफिस ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट एंड टर्म ऑफ हिज पर्सन इलेक्टेड द फिल कैजुअल वैकेंसी, माने कैजुअल वैकेंसी अराइज करना, माने उस जगह कोई दूसरे जगह टाइमिंग आउट करके इलेक्शन करके प्रेसिडेंट को हटाया जाना या दूसरे प्रेसिडेंट को चुना जाता है। द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया के बारे में जिक्र करेंगे, आर्टिकल 63 डील करता है। आर्टिकल 64 द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट टू बी एक्स ऑफिस चेयरमैन ऑफ द काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट। फिर आर्टिकल 65 डील करता है द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट टू एक्ट द प्रेसिडेंट टू डिस्चार्ज इज फंक्शनिंग ड्यूरिंग कैजुअल वैकेंसी इन द ऑफिस ड्यूरिंग द एब्सेंस ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट, इसके बारे में डील करेंगे। उसके बाद आर्टिकल 66 डील करेंगे इलेक्शन ऑफ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट का इलेक्शन आर्टिकल 66 में कैसे किया जाता है। आर्टिकल 67 हमें बताता है टर्म ऑफ ऑफिस ऑफ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट का टर्म क्या है। आर्टिकल 68 हमें बताता है टाइम ऑफ होल्डिंग इलेक्शन ऑफ फिल वैकेंसी इन द ऑफिस ऑफ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, द टर्म ऑफिस ऑफ पर्सन इलेक्ट ऑफ फिल कैजुअल वैकेंसी। आर्टिकल 67 ओथ एंड अफर्मेशन बाय द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट द्वारा शपथ लेना या अफर्मेशन करना। IB है स्वेयर इन द नेम ऑफ गॉड सोलमनली एफर्म्स द डेट विल बी ट्रू एंड फेथ। फिर आर्टिकल 70 में था डिस्चार्ज ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट फंक्शन इन द कंटीजेंसी। कंटीजेंसी मीन्स असामाजिक होता है, मतलब आकस्मिक, कोई चीज़ आकस्मिक काम होता है उसको कंटीजेंसी में हम डालते हैं। मैटर रिलेटिंग टू द कनेक्टेड विद इलेक्शन ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, इसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे। आर्टिकल 71 हमें डील करता है। आर्टिकल 71 के बाद आर्टिकल 72 बताता है पावर ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट टू ग्रांट पार्डन। पार्डन मीन्स क्या होता है, क्षमा करना, पार्डन, ग्रांट अनुदान, क्षमा करे, पावर प्रेसिडेंट यानी प्रेसिडेंट राष्ट्रपति का पावर को आप कैसे क्षमा करें। एंड टू सस्पेंड, रिमिट, कम्यूट सेंटेंस इन सर्टेन केसेस, इसके बारे में हम कल पढ़ेंगे। पावर ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट आर्टिकल 72 डील करेंगे। फिर आर्टिकल 72 के बाद हम आपको डील करेंगे सेक्शन 7B, आर्टिकल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया का सेक्शन 7B। फिर 73 में बताया एक्सटेंड टू एक्सिक्यूटिव पावर ऑफ द यूनियन, यानी संघ का क्या एक्सिक्यूटिव पावर को एक्सटेंड कैसे, संघ की कार्यपालिका शक्ति की हद तक क्या हद है, क्या इसकी कहाँ तक उसकी पावर है, उसके बारे में हम आर्टिकल 73 में डील करेंगे। आर्टिकल 74 में काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर टू ऐड एडवाइस ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट, काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर कैसे मदद करता है और राष्ट्रपति को कैसे मदद करता है और कैसे उसे एडवाइस सलाह देता है, उसके बारे में हम आर्टिकल 74 डील करेंगे। डैट्स ऑल। अगले वीडियो में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया को बहुत ही डीप स्टडी करेंगे, उसके हर एक पॉइंट्स को डील करेंगे। डैट्स ऑल।